Okay, so just to restart, actually, it was another correction on behalf of my opposer. I didn't say, basically, not all institutions were tenure or religious, were just religious. I said most, so just to clarify that. But I'm going to address the new point he brought up first about job security. So first I'm going to say from academic freedom in the First Amendment, I'm just going to basically propose that there are other protections besides tenure. And so they're relying on this tenure to be the ultimatum as far as job security. So another protection would be from academic freedom. The First Amendment rights, it states this professional standard of academic freedom is often discussed in terms of free speech or First Amendment rights. Although the two are not coextensive, the First Amendment safeguards expression of all sorts of topics and in all sorts of settings from regulation by public institutions, including public colleges and universities. So that helps there. Also, it states a professional and often legal definition of academic freedom addresses rights within the educational context of teaching, learning, and research, both in and out of the classroom, for individuals at private as well as public institutions. And then second I'm going to touch on is they kept touching on the maintain and increased quality that these professors somehow gain when they know that they have tenure, and that they said things like higher standard is kind of implemented with this tenure, and teachers teach better with tenure. So Irma or L. Laundrie from a biodiversity data journal states that MIT tenure is described as an indefinite appointment relinquished upon retirement or resignation. But when you take away the fear of being fired, faculty members start slacking off. Editorial board from USA Today states a dismissal proceeding can cost, oh yeah, so I'm going to touch now on the cost. They kept saying that the process of going through the process of keeping tenure is expensive, but actually the cost of the difficulty with firing teachers. So the cost actually is extremely expensive for the institutions to maintain tenured professors. The editorial board states a dismissal proceeding can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is what they were talking about. So I'm actually saying that is true. It does cost way too much money to go through this process, so it should just go away altogether. The process is so cumbersome and expensive that few districts attempt it. Bad teachers, unwanted by principals, and are bounced around from school to school, often in impoverished neighborhoods. She further states that tenure locks in big costs and makes it difficult for universities to explore more productive teaching techniques. Mark C. Taylor, chair of Columbia University's Department of Religion and author of book Critical Tenure, estimates that a college ties up between $10 and $12 million of its endowment to support a single tenure professor for their career. So another story, a judge rejecting a tenure, and the success story of this, there is victory without tenure. Critics of existing rules hailed the decision of this monumental victory and urged lawmakers to make immediate changes to laws. I'm going to end on the statement regarding an actual tenured staff who is from the Biodiversity Data Journal. In a recent Wall Street Journal article, one commentator wrote, and this is as a senior faculty at a major university with tenure for most of my career, I fully support the idea that tenure should be abolished. It serves only the lazy and incompetent. I refuse tenure in my new post and cheerfully suggested if I was ever not doing my job well, I should be sacked. 8 years later, I still have a job, so would anyone committed to the purpose of higher education. Thank you.